Shalom. Call Lai how about Shimi Shai about Shimmer Kakudash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, agreements on Ruel Shalom to the 144,000, the 1/3 remnant men, women, the children of the hopeful elect Shalom. This the brother Gabar Yas coming back at you with another lesson. Through the spirit party, how about Shimi Shai? Praise and let's be edifying scripture point. Of course. And of course you all heard about what happened in Israel. Alright, Israel, shot, launched airstrikes against Iran. Okay. And of course Iran responded by, hitting Israel back. But some of those missiles were shot out of the sky, man. So, but nevertheless, man, things are starting to heat up over there, man, in Western Asia. Okay. So these are some exciting times to be in, man. Okay. Got a lot going on. All right. 2 Minnesota lawmakers was shot today. I think one dead and the other one's in critical condition. Okay. Then you're supposed to have some protests going on, I think tomorrow. So a lot of things going on, man. So, but here we are, man. We are clearly at the end, man. Without a shadow of a doubt, we are clearly, without a shadow of a doubt, at the end of Esau's rulership. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this article, okay? And then but this is what we're gonna talk about here, man, because things are heating up over there between Israel and Iran, okay? So as these wars and rumors of wars continue, eventually it's going to trickle down to World War III, man, okay? World War III has begun, but it hasn't gone full blown yet, okay? So let's read this article from the endtimeheadlines.org. It says, aftermath, Israel struck more than 100 targets in Iran, including nuclear facilities. Israeli airstrikes have targeted over 100 significant installations across Iran, especially focusing on key nuclear facilities and missile sites. These operations have resulted in the deaths of high-ranking military leaders and prominent scientists, prompting Tehran to label the action as a declaration of war. And it basically is a declaration of war. And that's the times that we're in. So without further ado, let's get a scripture right quick. Because that's the times that we're in. Okay? Okay. Yeah, Ecclesiastes chapter 3. And let's start at verse 1 and going to jump down to verse 8. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, let's read verse 1, then we'll jump down to verse 8. To everything there's a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Okay? There's a time and a season for everything. And the time and season that we're in, okay, verse 8, a time to love, a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. We're in a time of hate and war, man. Okay? That's the time we're in. We're not in a time of love and peace. Okay? The peace is not going to come until Esau's kingdom is basically gone. Okay? Which we're close to that happening. Okay? But right now, we're in a time of hate and war, and this is what the men of the Lord, okay, have been prophesying to you, Israelites, man, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And, of course, the speckled Israelites that are scattered amongst the heathen that looks like the heathens, okay? These are the times that we warned you what's going to come upon the earth, okay? Let's go back. According to The Guardian, Israeli officials have indicated that these strikes represents, in intentional phases of a broader military strategy. In a striking endorsement, former U.S. President Donald Trump, which he's not former, I don't know why they said former U.S. President Donald Trump. He is the president. I don't know. Anyway, characterized the attack as excellent, further warning that subsequent strike could escalate in brutality unless Tehran acquires to demand regarding its nuclear program. Okay, and it was that Aniquish, whatever. All right. So, and this is an attempt to bully Iran into giving up their nuclear program, man. Okay. This is nothing but a bully tactic. But see, Iran is not falling for it. The statement runs counter to Washington's official narrative, which maintains that Israel's military actions were singular and independent. In a social media post, Trump remarks, "There has already been great death and destruction, but there is still time to make this slaughter with the next already planned attack being even more brutal come to an end." He hinted that Israel initiated its strikes a day after a 60-day deadline he had imposed on Iran for securing a diplomatic agreement had elapsed, suggesting ambiguously that Iran might be afforded a second chance. And then, like I say, man, America's got this. Look, America got their hands all on this, man. So don't be fooled by that shit. Okay, America say that they ain't had nothing to do with it. That's bullshit. They had their hand on this completely. Okay, because they're trying to bully Iran into giving up their nuclear program. Okay, ain't nobody stupid, man. Like it tells you in 2 Corinthians 2:11, that Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. His comments imply a more profound level of insight to Israeli military operation and a possible coordination with U.S. intelligence that has been publicly acknowledged by the government officials, as reports of additional explosions emerged on Friday. Concerns had risen that the Israeli offensive could ignite a broader regional conflict, raising global tension. And this is what's going to eventually happen. Okay? Because Russia's going to get involved, China's going to get involved, these other nations are going to get involved, man. Okay? So, like it tells you in Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. Third World War is coming quickly. Okay? So prophecies are moving very, very fast, man. In response, Israel closed its diplomatic missions and various airlines opt to reroute flights across the wider so-called Middle East region to ensure safety, and that's Western Asia, what they falsely and fraudulently call the Middle East. It's not the Middle East, it's Western Asia. Okay, all that region is Asia. Okay, the Israeli attack has attracted widespread condemnation from neighboring countries, including Saudi Arabia, alongside calls from Western governments such as the United Kingdom from immediate de-escalation of the situation. And this ain't gonna de-escalate. This is going to further escalate, man. Okay, I'm not gonna read the rest of this. All right, let's get this next article because, hey, up the top, as you see right here. All right, okay, it says Iran vows to permanently silence world bully Israel after unprovoked attack. Yeah, and that was an unprovoked attack, man. Let's get this. Because Iran strikes back, sending barrage of missiles at Tel Aviv. U.S. helped Israel to shoot them down. So basically, man, America is involved in this shit, man. And what does it say? Let's get this scripture. Hold on. Let's go back. We're going to come back to that. Let's get this scripture. What's it say in Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20? Let's get that scripture. Jeremiah 49. And verse 20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Shai, that he hath taken against Edom and his purposes, that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock should draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. Okay? So America, okay, is going to be drawn into this third world war. Okay? Like I say, surely the least of the flock should draw them out. Yeah. America is about to be drawn into this third world war. So they say they not involved, but yeah, they more involved than they think, man. Okay? So let's go back to the hold on, let me put that on. Hold on. Here we go. I forgot. Put that on do not disturb. Alright, so let's go back and let's read a little bit of this. It says Iran launched a series of ballistic missiles attacks targeting Tel Aviv and other Israeli cities, escalating tensions in Western Asia to a critical point. The assault, described by Israeli officials as a retaliatory response to Israel's primitive strikes on Iranian nuclear and military facilities, prompted a robust defense from Israel, bolstered by significant U.S. military support. Yeah. And America is going to be a part of this, man. Okay? According to Fox News, Iran fired approximately 100 ballistic missiles in multiple waves, with some breaching Israel's advanced air defense system, striking citizen areas in Tel Aviv and Ramat Gan. Alright, so, yeah. So, basically, man, this shit is about to be on, man. Okay? I'm not going to read any more of that. I'll put the rest in the description box. You can, read it. But, hey, it's clearly telling you, man, we are here. Okay? Okay? We're clearly here. Okay? Let's see something. Make these letters big. Hold on. Let's see something. There we go. Yeah, it's a little big. Yeah, another was small. Hold on, let me do it again. Let's see now. That's a little too big. Snarky. Alright, here we go. Alright, there we go. I have to make them letters big. Them letters are small, man. Couldn't see them. But anyway, let's get back to it, man. Okay? Because all these nations are about to gather into the valley of Yahushua. Let's get that scripture, man. Okay? Alright? This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, okay? The elect of Israel is about to be released from this captivity, man. So, hey, 2025, which was coined by Elder Apostle Tahar, the hopeful year of our salvation and the destruction and judgment of Edom. And you're seeing a lot of judgment going towards Edom, man. Okay? So our salvation is closer than when we believe, man. In Romans 13:11. We're almost out of here. Okay? Things are speeding up for the elect's sake. Okay? These prophecies, times are speeding up. The glory how about Shai is speeding up the days and times for the elect's sake, man. Okay? Verse 2. I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Yahushua, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and have parted my land. Okay? So this is the times that we're in. Okay? These nations are about to go to war with one another. Let's go down to verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near, and let them come up. Verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. The swords and the spears represents the missiles, man. The ICBMs. Okay? So without further ado, let's get another scripture. Let's go to Isaiah 9 and verse 5, because this third and final war is going to be fought by what? Nuclear fire. Okay? Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Okay? So this third war is about to be fought with nuclear missiles. It's already starting. But this right now is just a rumor of war. Okay? Right now. Okay? Because the nation's about to be gathered for this third and final war. Okay? The days is being sped up for the elect's sake. So we're coming into some serious time. But this is also some exciting times to be alive, man. To see the fall of Esau Edom's kingdom, man. Like he tells you, I think that's I don't want that. I'll come back to this. I'll come back. Let's get that scripture. I think it's Sirach 25 verse 7. Yep. Sirach Ecclesiastes chapter 25 verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th will I utter with my tongue, a man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And we're living in real times to see the fall of our enemy, Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Okay? And the Lord Yahushua Yahushua is about to use these EU and NATO nations, along with Russia, China, to bring forth the downfall of Esau's kingdom, man. Russia and China and Iran thinking they got next. No, we got next, man. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob's the beginning of it that falleth. Okay? So we're here, man. It's no longer coming. It's no longer near. It's here. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24. And let's read verse 21 and 22. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. Verse 22, and except those days shall be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. So the Lord Yahushua is shortening the days for the elect's sake, man. Okay? We're almost out of this bitch. Okay? Let's go up a little bit. Let's read Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. We're hearing of wars now, man. It's no longer rumors. It's basically here. Like I say, we're here. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. Okay? Verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So we're in the beginning of sorrows. Okay? As a matter of fact, you can read letter. You know I can do that. Okay? There you go. I didn't know you do that, man. Ain't that something? Okay. Anyway. Let's go now to let's go to second Ezra. You know you do that. Second Ezra chapter. Let's go to 16. Let's read verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Okay? America is Babylon the Great. Okay? Verse 2. Gird up yourselves with cloth and of sack and hair. Bewail your children, be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. Okay? Esau's destruction is at hand, man. His kingdom is about to be destroyed. And the next stop for these red devils is slavery, man. Okay? Revelation 13:10, along with the heathen nations. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Verse 3, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? The sword represents the ICBM nuclear missiles. A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? Can't drive none of these things away, man. You can't stop what's coming. You can't thwart Bible prophecy. Esau think he can thwart Bible prophecy. The Bible prophecy is being fulfilled right before our eyes, and it's beautiful. Verse 6, may any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when it had begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The mighty Lord Yahushua Yahushua sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? No one can. Verse 9, a fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? Yeah. That fire is about to take place. Okay? The actual fires of the looting and the riotings and people, rising up against the government. Okay? Second is the 15th chapter, man, all the way from verse 14 to verse 19. That's about to take place. You're about to have cities burning. Okay, looting. Okay, Luke chapter 12 verse 49 says, I come to send fire on earth, and what will I be already kindled? The Lord is coming back to send fire, man. But it's going to be kindled before he returns. Verse 10. Excuse me. Second Israel chapter 16 verse 10. He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? Verse 11. The Lord Yahushua shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? Okay. Verse 12. The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The seas ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the glory of shine before the glory day of his power. Okay. Verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharpened, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Those arrows, those ICBM nuclear missiles, are about to be shot from one end of the earth to the other. Okay? Nuclear destruction, nuclear holocaust, man. Verse 14. Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. Verse 15. A fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Verse 16. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. And what's that plague? Let's get that. We're going to come back. What's that plague that it's talking about? Let's go to Zechariah chapter 14. And verse 12. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahushua will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. What's going to cause your flesh to consume away while you stand up on your feet? That nuclear destruction, that nuclear wind. Okay? Watch Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Okay? In the middle of that movie, Sarah Connor had a dream about seeing the destruction. Okay? That destroying when that missile hit. And what happened to all those people? All those people combusted. They caught on fire. And once that nuclear wind hit, They consumed away. Okay? What happened to Sarah Connor's flesh on that fence? It consumed away. Their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongues shall consume away in their mouths. That's what's coming. That's the nuclear destruction that's coming to Babylon, the Great America, and part of Israel. Okay? But the difference between America and Israel, Israel is going to be rebuilt by the slaves, the heathen slaves, and the Gentile slaves. Okay? The heathen nations in Edom, the nation of Edom, the Edomites, are going to go into captivity. And America will never be dwelt in here again. Once this place is destroyed, that's it. Nothing else is going to dwell here. But like I said, okay, doleful creatures. All right. As a matter of fact, let's get that. Let's prove it. So, hey, we're on the verge of this happening, man. Come on. It set me right where I wanted to be. Ain't that something? Actually, let's start up a little bit. Yeah, let's read Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 1. Let's start at verse 1. We're gonna read all the way down. We got time. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice of them, shake the hand that it may go to the gates of the nobles. This truth has reached into the gates of the nobles, man. These elites know what time it is. They know we're at the end. Verse 3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones from my anger, even them that rejoiced in my highness. Verse 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord Habashiach shall host, muster the host of the battle. So this is the Lord Habashiach that is doing this. He's hosting up these nations, okay, gathering them into the valley of Yehoshaphat for that one last battle, man. World War III. And when Yahushua cracks those clouds and come back, these nations are going to stop fighting each other, and they're going to try to fight Yahushua. Second Ezra, the 13th chapter, tells you that. And then what's going to happen? They're going to be annihilated, man, by the we're basically by nuclear destruction and the laser beam fired from the chariots. They're going to get destroyed. Yahushua is going to, direct those missiles exactly where to go. Okay? Verse 5. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord Habashiach and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. The whole land of what? The whole land of Babylon, the Great America, because this place is going to be destroyed. America is the target, okay? This whole land is going to be destroyed, man, okay? And if you got doomsday bunkers here, that's just going to basically be your grave, man, okay? Verse 6. How ye, for the day of the glory, how Habashiach is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. And we are very close. We're hastening the day of the glory, how Habashiach. Verse 7. Therefore shall all hands be fainted, and every man's heart shall melt. Excuse me. Verse 8. And they shall be afraid, pains and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed at one another. Their faces shall be as flames. Okay? So, yeah, the nuclear destruction is close at hand, man. Verse 9. Behold, the day of the Lord Habashiach cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. America, basically. Verse 10. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in its going forth, and the moon shall not cause the light to shine. What's going to blot out the sun and the moon, man? The nuclear smoke, okay? From the nuclear missile, the mushroom clouds. Verse 11, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Verse 12, and I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man in the golden wedge of Ophir. The time is coming, man, when Isaiah 4:1 is going to take place, man. 7 women shall take hold of one man. We're very close to that happening. Well, all the chaos that's about to take place here in Babylon, man, and throughout the world. Okay? So it's going to be a man that's going to be more precious. Okay? A man of the Lord. Verse 13, therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place. What's going to cause this earth to shake and going to cause the islands to move out of their places? The nuclear destruction, man. Okay? And Esau's heaven, which is he's in, okay, heaven means rulership, is going to be shaken with the missiles. In the wrath of the Lord Habashiach shall host in the day of his fierce anger, and it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone to his own land. These people are getting out of here, okay? People talking about leaving. Verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that shall be joined unto them shall fall by the sword. So if you join unto this beast system, especially if you take the MOTB, which is the CM, you're going to be left here to die. And we're basically talking to you Israelites, man, because 2/3 are going to take this. All right, it's going to take the MOTB, and then what's going to happen? They're going to be left here to die. Verse 31. Not verse 31. Snarky. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 16. Snarky. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be destroyed and their wives ravaged. That's all going to be happening during Jacob's trouble, man. Okay? The children shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. The houses shall be spoiled. Okay? Okay? That's all about to take place, man. Verse 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes, that's Russia, against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Verse 18, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. The bows represents the missiles. Verse 19, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, and the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? It was destroyed by fire. Babylon, the Great America, okay, which is spiritually Sodom in Egypt, Revelation 11 and 8, is going to be destroyed by fire, man. Verse 20, it shall never be inhabited again, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabians pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there, here in Babylon, okay? This place ain't never going to be dwelt in again. Verse 21, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. Verse 22, and the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces, for her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So yeah, let America, Babylon get involved in this Third World War. Okay? Yeah. America, Babylon the Great, and Israel about to be on their own. It's not going to end well. Now let's go back to 2nd Israel chapter 16, and we're going to close it out there. So we are very close, man. We're living in some exciting and beautiful times. Okay? Verse 17, woe is me, who will deliver me in those times? Okay? So the prophet Israel saw this, man. And he was like, woe is me, who's going to deliver me in those times, man, in these days? Okay? The Lord Habashiach is going to deliver, okay, us. All right? The prophet Israel is back. Okay? All the prophets are back. Verse 18, the beginning of sorrows. We're in the beginning of sorrows, man. And great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So we're in the beginning of evils. The draft is about to take place. Okay, they're about to bring the draft back. So all you young knuckleheads out there that like to carry guns, showing your guns on, hey, you about to be drafted, man. Especially you females. Oh yeah, you females that claim you're so strong and independent, you claim you're equal to a man. Well, here's your chance. Yeah, here's your chance to prove that you're equal to a man. You're just like a man. Y'all want to be like men so bad, so here's your chance. That draft is about to take place, man. Okay? Verse 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Verse 20, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Two-thirds of our people are not paying attention. Okay? Verse 21, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. You see that growing, man. Okay? Chaos is growing. Evils is growing upon the earth. Verse 22, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Verse 23, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. Okay? So, yeah, it's going down, man. Okay? This third world war is going down. But we always preach over here, the MOTB, which is the C-HIP, has got to be made mandatory first. Okay? But we all know that we are very, very close to these things happening, man. So here we go. We're living in some exciting times, man. It's an exciting time to be alive, man, to see the end of Esau's kingdom. Okay, 2 Israel 6 and 9 is basically being played out, man. All the prophecies are being played out. So it's a great time to be alive. We're seeing the fall of our enemies. Okay? So with that, call Halayla Yahaba Shemyaw Shai by Shimmer Kakwadash is on to the next one, Sean Wom. Kwam Yashranga, Abab Babal, Sean Wom.